Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. So these are more updates from Nathaniel, and this is from mynameishumanpod.com, aka My Name is Human Podcast. Their link will be down below. I'm going to do a video with them this afternoon that'll be given over the next couple of days. That'll be uploaded probably before this weekend. So, before we get into it, everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So, Nathaniel was in the chat, and I'm just going to go over some questions that he had answered. Wow, I just seen how our most loved devs break promises after promise. That is a really bad and big disrespect to us, the community who made them big. Ooh, that is a hard-hitting question. It says, hi, I pinged Shane about it, waiting for a reply. It is uploaded when I told yesterday, but Shane needs to approve it. And that was just in reference to the video, and obviously the video was released yesterday, so they did say it would be, I know they said it would be this week, but they gave it yesterday, which is great, so I'm very excited for that. Another question is, how long is the video? And they said 1:26, which it was. Another question is, too much people, I think they mean too many, they really misspelled that. Too many people are talking about that, and it's not too professional considering situation going on inside and outside of the community. And Nathaniel said he understands. Says, what coding language should I learn first as a beginner? And Nathaniel said, for gaming, I recommend learning Unity and C hashtag. I'm not sure what that means. Shane is there now, and he approved the video. So this was the pre-video, I guess, before that dove in. I said, where will it be? And right now it says, on Google Drive, we'll share the link and you need to download to see in best quality. If I learn Unity and C hashtag, can I use it in Earth 2? And then Nathaniel says, no, you can't. Unity is the game engine editor. It doesn't run inside a build it makes, which I guess makes sense. As for our critics, this is what Star Citizen came up with after 10 years with a huge team. And then they link to a video that's just, it's a nice video. Next question is, but this is not Earth 2, so how is it related to this project? It says massive scale rendering physics of an entire planet. That's one of the huge challenges, and that's what we have. That's what we have literally a second copy of Earth. So, yeah, it is a very big undertaking. Says, so now you just show an old project that looks exactly the same as Earth 2 videos, just better quality textures. And Nathaniel says, what do you mean? It says, you're not getting my point, are you? And Nathaniel says, point is that I worked about a year on the Earth 2 terrain system, meaning that, 10 years on the other one, 1 year on this one, and this one seems to be progressing a lot quicker. So I get the point, but not sure why they continue to show how others did something and still don't show their progress. And they are really misspelling here. And they're saying they will share the video soon with terrain physics. So we see a lot of impatience here with the people on Discord, which is kind of surprising. I feel like a lot of the impatience have been really more on Facebook, and Discord is more of like the hype team, the hype train. But anyway, that's so the questions we're getting. Says, I see, but if they would show the progress and not feed us only with promises, maybe then they would prove their point. Oh my God. All right, I get it. English is definitely not their first language. Like I wrote before, I recorded a video with a buggy driving around on the terrain and making a jump. Shane will share it soon. I posted the SC video for comparison. Okay, gotcha. Now, I can understand the broken promises. Like, I can understand people being angry at, like, hey, you told me something's going to happen by this date, didn't happen by this date, why should I trust you in the future? But I do understand that, but I also think people have to understand that things get delayed all the time. Like, big Hollywood movies that, spend tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to make, they are delayed all the time, and even before COVID. So I just feel like people are really, they should give a little more leeway. They should be a little lax at this point, but they're just not. Next question is, how big is the file? 671 megabytes, 1440p. After this video, people can't just say this is a scam, but people. And it says, yes, we'll need to show a lot more than just this, but in the next video, will be terrain editing. Oh! All right, so we have terrain editing that's going to go on in the next video, which I can't wait for because, again, Chaveztopia is going to be great. It's going to be Antarctica. Link down below. I hope I'm really good for that stream later on tonight. Link down below for Chaveztopia. And if you want a hot spring in Chaveztopia, hopefully with the terrain editing, we will be able to do that. We'll be able to make a beach part of Antarctica. We'll be able to blow up some mountains and see what's under there. I'm very excited about it. Did you like the physics in that video? It says that can be improved a lot. Is it still like this? If the devs promise something in some timeline, it should be done in that timeline, or am I wrong? Don't say in week, say month then. Don't overestimate then yourself. But in an ideal world, yes, we definitely can and will improve on this, but don't need to be that harsh if we only released for 6 months now. Basically saying that, yeah, like, listen, like, would you rather us not give any timeline? Okay, we can't be wrong if we don't give any timeline. Or we say, oh, it'll be done within 10 years. Okay, well, they're not wrong if it takes 2 years for them to do it. So I feel like people are definitely being over harsh, and you know that's a good way. Being people that, okay, like, don't do that, like trying to tell other people how to run a company, and that's a good way of saying, okay, well, we have an estimated time update here. If you're giving us a lot of flack for not meeting it here and instead going here, then we're just not going to tell you the next update. And that's why Shane said a lot of updates aren't going to be, they're not going to be advertised. They're just going to, whenever they're finished, they're finished. When they drop, and there's no advertisements for it. Just because, like, I think they're just tired of the BS. But moving on. It's been mentioned roads are 2x2, maybe 1x1. Is that tiles or meters? One small two-way road standard is 10 meters. So it says meters in which you can paint the terrain, like with sand, grass, rocks, pebbles, roads, etc. We'll show that in the next video after this one. All right, so the next video promises to be really cool. So whenever that is, maybe in a month, 2 months, I don't know, but I'm very excited for it. So you could mesh as many as 1x1 or 2x2 painting areas together. And Nathaniel says, yes, with the terrain textures that have real height displacement and no tiling, terrain decals are also planned, e.g. make stripes on the road. Oh, this is going to be legit. Okay, it's also going to be on our YouTube uploading now. YouTube needs to process the video before some hours before it gets good quality. For your information, you guys still made the Sunday timeline. It is 9:11 p.m. Sunday Hawaiian time. And obviously it was released on Monday during my stream. It was maybe about 11:30, something like that, which was it 6 hours away? Yeah, I think 6 hours away. So it would 5:30 Hawaii time. Any plan for an official music theme for E2? And Nathaniel said that would be cool. So if it is planned, they're not saying, and I don't think they are planning for one right now, but if anyone remembers that interview with one of the Legend of Zelda games, or one of the first Nintendo games, I think it was Legend of Zelda, where the developer said, no, I sat in a room for like 14 hours straight listening to this music. Why? Because they wanted to make sure that people playing this for a long amount of time, they wouldn't get tired or bored of the music. So I hope E2 has one person dedicated to that, just being like, hey, listen to this for 14 hours. If you don't want to commit seppuku, then it's a good thing. Where do you live, Nathaniel? Near Wine? Wien. And he says, I live in the E2 terrain area. I was not wanting to give out his face. Gives a nice answer. I would just like to give you a personal thank you, especially over the last few weeks, with how interactive you have been. It really does make a big difference to everyone, even when it's going well or not so well. So big thanks and lots of kudos for me. And Nathaniel says, thanks, we appreciate your support. Next question. Nathaniel, I know this doesn't concern you, but a lot of them had asked for the below options features, which will make life easy for us. 1, total land income tax collected per property and in total. That is very good. I would thoroughly enjoy that. 2, views per property. Oh, that would be good too. See how many people viewed which property. Oh my God. And maybe for the length of time. Number 3, sorting property based on value and tiles. Okay. 4, CSV export function for tax. 5, active bids. Has there been any progress on these fronts? That's really good. Like, especially the first 3. And Nathaniel just said, I asked about it now, so that's really good. Should I be ready to hunt some egg? There's no eggs in the video, thank God. Nathaniel says, our next question is, Nathaniel, can I score a video for you? I've worked with some of the biggest artists, but this would be a dream. I guess he wants to play by. I guess he wants to score the. Oh my god, that'd be great. And he said, yes, you can. So kudos to that guy that's being able to listen to the score, or we're going to be able to listen to his score. I can't wait for that. Questions, don't know if there's been already asked. What is the content of the video? And obviously we know that as we saw it. And it's him driving around the buggy just to show some first interaction. It says, LOL, the only thing that I ever did in GTA was find the best vehicle and launch it off the best cliff. I did that in Midnight Club too. We're going off a bunch of ramps. Yeah, we had good times with that. And he said, yeah, I wanted to try this too. And then ragdoll down the mountain. Oh, I can't wait for stuff like that. If anyone remembers the game, I think it was Burnout. You drive a truck or you drive something into another thing and see how much damage you can cause. Like bonus points if you go into a gas station and things explode. It was really fun. I imagine something can happen with this as well. Next question. This sounds cool. Any tentative time for today? And don't know exactly when, but we know. Just curious, does the buggy vehicles will need some sort of fuel/refuels, or will it be like GTA and just drive? That is a good question. It's a good question. We haven't decided this yet. Oh, so they haven't. So maybe that's what oil would be for. Oil to use your vehicles. And that would make sense. Again, they showed aircraft in the first trailer for E2 ever. And what happens? They need a lot of gas. So yeah, I think oil is probably going to be a good one. Even though it's way down on the list. Like coal and oil are like the bottom two. But yeah, that's interesting that they haven't decided yet. In which software are we going to be able to build stuff like buildings, statues, etc. in order to upload them in the E2? Thanks. And in which format tile? So we haven't decided yet if you'll be able to upload models or that you can create them inside the game with our own model editor. Oh, this is interesting. Hi, Nathaniel. I'm really looking forward to the video. We have already written about the community, Trello. We would be very interested to know who's currently the main responsible for the website. Is the lead web dev an external one, or is there a fixed contract person on the team? On the whole web team is. Wow, so the whole web team is one that's doing that. Next question, Nathaniel. Is the team aware that if one goes into further details, the game would take ages to develop? Has there been boundaries set? For example, a car, will it run like GTA? Will it be powered? If yes, gas or electric? If gas, where will the gas come from? About electric cars, it just goes on and on. And he says, yes, we're fully aware of that also on focusing too much on tech versus gameplay, etc. And it says, Farhan is working on researching the biomes. There's about 22 different biomes worldwide, and we would like to have many sub-biomes inside a biome. He made a database researching which trees grow in which biome. Oh my god. So for those of you that are slightly confused, let me just try to explain it by Pokemon. Ash Ketchum, when he goes into the Pokemon League, Viridian City and all that, well, there's a grass stage, there's an ice stage, there's a water stage, there's a rock stage. Why? Okay, well, because those are different biomes. So similar to that, we'll have those in Earth 2, which I'm very, very excited for. Can you Google blood dragon trees? They're really weird and only exist on Socotra Island. Some people are buying there. Would you actually make them? Blood dragon trees. It says, ow, they look awesome. Just shared with Farhan. I wonder if you can lay on top of a blood dragon tree. Oh, maybe that's an Easter egg. Maybe we'll be able to. As in 22, that wasn't a typo. That is huge. Does this include sub-biomes combinations? And it says, yes, it would be. Okay, so maybe like 6 biomes and then including the sub-biomes like combinations. So if you do a factor tree, you'll probably be able to get there. I can't do it now. So figure 6 biomes, and then each one has a sub-biome. That'd be, each one has 2 sub-biomes. That would be 6 and then 12, so that'd be 18 plus another 4, and a couple of these biomes will have 3 sub-biomes, which would be nice. Which is really interesting. Will there be differences on seawaters? Like the seawater in North Sea near Finland is dark ocean water, but beaches like Bora Bora, they are blue seawater. Who bought tiles in these areas like Bora Bora are hoping the same blue, beautiful water. Said, good point. Yes, would be great to approximate that. In Antarctica, also, there's a bunch of, like, the bottom of the map. There is a bunch of dark blue tiles, and I don't know if they know this, but the sand in, I think, Bermuda is actually pink. So I would hope they would do something like that also. Again, it's kind of impossible for them to get every single detail in the world right, but that'd be really fun. Do you know if food will exist on E2? Will people be able to plant and grow a small farm to sell their products? I think not, right? And he says, I don't know, something for Wolfgang. So Wolfgang is working on that, and hopefully we get a little update on that as well. What are the minimum requirements for the CPU and GPU to run the game? So we don't know exactly just yet. We'd like to support as low hardware as possible. So I'm pretty excited for that as well. That if we can do it on a phone or we don't need a gaming computer. I'm going to get a nice gaming computer anyway, but yeah. Could that possibly be by some kind of cloud gaming / load sharing system? So something like Google Stadia would be possible. Yes, I'm going to continue here. Thanks all, and talk late. All right, that was it, guys. Everyone, comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone, comment down below. What was your favorite part of that update? All right, I love you guys. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Dashi.